Perfect Peter is a little saint to his parents, but in reality, he's more like a sneaky, annoying kid who knows exactly how to get his way. Whenever he's around somehow, Henry ends up taking the blame, whether it's at school, at home, or anywhere really. With a scream that could break glass, he gets everyone's attention, playing innocent, while poor Henry takes the fall. But if people saw him for who he really is, they'd know. This angel is just a brat with a perfectly polished disguise. All right, get ready for this part. It's so unfair. So you know how some people act like they're perfect but really aren't? Well, in Horrid Henry's Horrid Revenge, Perfect Peter does something pretty sneaky. He gets paint spilled on him, and it's totally his fault, but instead of admitting it, he tells on Henry. And the worst part? He actually smiles when Henry gets punished, like he's happy about it. It's like he loves getting Henry in trouble, even when he's the one to blame.
I'll paint you blue! Give me back my brush! Get off, Henry! Peter? Look what Henry did!
Don't be horrid, Henry! Just look at Peter's face!
Peter craves attention so much that he'll go to any lengths just to get a reaction out of Henry. In Horrid Henry's comic caper, Peter starts crying loudly when Henry tells him, "Thanks for nothing, worm." It's like he's creating a dramatic scene, hoping Henry will stay and notice him. But the moment Henry actually leaves the kitchen, Peter stops crying instantly. All those tears were just for show.
I'll go and do the toilet roll, shall I?
I would if I were you, Henry.
So, this story is called Number 9 Number Gnome's Revenge.
If you're enjoying this video so far, click the subscribe button to help us grow. Here's another big example of Peter's attention-seeking behaviour. It shows up in both Horrid Henry's Perfect Day and Perfect Peter's Horrid Day. In Perfect Day, Henry decides he's going to be good for once, so he can go to the fun fair. But Peter can't stand it. He actually tries to get Henry to turn horrid again, probably because he wants to be the one in the good kid's spotlight.
Oh, I can take it in for you. No, let go!
Don't be horrid, Henry. Go and get something to clear up this mess.
Did you see what he just did there? That's not a perfect kid. He got some evil in him. Then, in Perfect Peter's Horrid Day, Peter takes it a step further and decides to act horridly to get his parents' attention. For someone who prides himself on being perfect, it's clear Peter's willing to throw that out the window if it means being noticed. It's like he's only the perfect when it gets him what he wants.
It doesn't matter how perfect I am, nobody notices. But everyone notices how horrid Henry is. It's not fair. What if I were horrid?
What we've mentioned so far barely scratches the surface. This part might leave you shocked and frustrated. Because, let's be real, who likes feeling judged for every little thing they do? Every time Henry tries to enjoy something simple, he's got someone keeping an eye on him, even for the smallest, silliest reasons, like when he lifts a spoon or takes a bite.
Henry!
It was Peter's fault! He sprayed me!
Don't tell lies, Henry.
It's true. I sprayed him.
Well, Henry, you should have got out of the way when Peter was watering the flowers.
And here's another thing. Instead of just eating healthy, Perfect Peter takes it way too far, throwing out anything he thinks isn't up to his standards. Remember that episode, Horrid Henry's House Party? Henry ordered pizzas for everyone, but they were tossed right into the trash, just like that.
Pizza! Pizza! Where's the pizza?
Oh, I took it out of the trolley and put it back.
You did what?
Well, it's not good for you, Henry.
Well, it's better than the cat food!
Sure, eating healthy is great. Fruits, veggies, all that good stuff. But balance is important. A healthy diet isn't just about avoiding things. It's about variety.
I want the biggest pizza you've got!
Okay, this next part is really frustrating. You know how sometimes someone can be so annoying that you can't stand them? Well, Peter in the episode Horrid Henry Takes the Biscuit is definitely at his worst. First, he blames Henry for the biscuits falling on the floor. Sure, Henry might have messed up by putting his backpack on the floor, but Peter doesn't need to rub it in by acting like he's so much better than Henry.
So Henry won't be getting any, will he?
Well, actually...
But he was really naughty. I don't understand. Are you putting carrot in the biscuits?
Oh, yes. Lots and lots of carrots.
Then he lies to Mum and tries to sell copies of the biscuit recipe when everyone at school is dying to know what it is.
Come on, you're having a laugh. This recipe is worth far more than that to some people here. Don't be shy, speak up.
£20.
Thank you, lovely lady in the corner. £20, I bid £20.
But the worst part, he pulls out a copy of the recipe in front of Henry's class, only for it to be carrots, making Henry look like a complete fool. And guess what? Peter never faces any consequences for his actions. Plus, he has that infamous line, "I have no idea." When he has a perfect idea...
What's that?
Did you think I would be so stupid as to not take a copy of it?
Yes, but...
And shall I tell you what the secret ingredient is? Oh, yeah! Carrots. Carrots?
See how diabolical Perfect Pete is, deceiving his brother into paying a large pound for something he should have gotten for free. Okay, this is quite depressing. Peter is a total snitch and hypocrite in Horrid Henry's Household Chores. In that episode, he's always telling on Henry just for doing his chores. The worst part? Peter isn't even helping or guiding him.
Mum said you've got to separate the colours from the whites.
So? What are you going to do about it, Telltale?
I'm going to tell. Mum!
Who cares what colours they are?
Then there's Horrid Henry Mi Casa Es Tu Casa, where Peter is at his absolute worst. He goes around putting tape all over the house to create separate sides for him and Henry.
Oh, I thought we'd be posh tonight and help ourselves.
Three, two, one.
Making Henry's life so much harder. It gets worse. Peter even forces Henry to pee in the bath, builds a giant wall in front of the TV while he watches it, and switches the channel to Number Gnomes. And don't even get me started on his infamous wailing catchphrase. It's enough to drive anyone crazy, especially in the TV show. Peter never lets Henry do anything. If Henry's trying to do something, Peter's right there, running to tell their mum, so Henry gets grounded, even for the silliest reasons. Even when Peter reluctantly decides to help Henry, his idea of helping often involves doing terrible things. Take the episode Horrid Henry and the Go-Kart, for example. In this episode, Peter actually helps Henry cheat in a go-kart race by throwing fairy dust on the track to obscure Margaret's vision. The worst part is that Peter faces no consequences for his actions, and no one even bothers to call him out on it.
No, but this will. Fairy dust. Ah! What's that?
Peter's so-called perfect behaviour often sends the wrong message to kids. His fairy dust trick teaches that it's okay to cheat in games as long as you get away with it.
That's good fairy dust, Peter.
Works every time. We won! We won!
On top of that, he also promotes the wasteful habit of throwing away food. When he discards unhealthy food, it's not just wasteful, it's harmful to the environment, contributing to pollution and unnecessary waste.